Hello, Leo. This is going to be your January to February 2020 reading. If you are new, welcome, and if you are someone who is returning, an old friend, thank you for stopping by. Guys, getting your reading out early this month. Usually Leos have to wait a little bit longer, but I'm happy that I am able to get it out a little bit earlier because my Leo friends are really fun. They're really fun comments, and their energy is really great. So let's see what's going on for you. Exciting 2019, guys. I said it for a lot of the signs. 2019 was quite a thing. And for Leos, I know that there was a lot of cutting a lot of the BS out of their space. They were like, no thank you. If you're a friend or a partner and you are not coming in a nice way, then out you go. Leo, what do we have here? This is interesting. Some interesting things happening in your love life. For some of you, you may be in mixed race relationships, or you may be in LGBTQ plus relationships, and the family members are not into these relationships. They may be traditional, or they may just use that as an excuse because they don't care for them. It really depends. There's a lot, but I see specifically that going on for some of you, and it's putting some pressure on your relationships. I think you and this person believe and want a really nice, stable foundation filled with people who also support you. So this is not a casual thing for some of you. You two really love each other. What could be more beautiful? I think maybe in the month of April, I think by then you guys will decide whether you care about this anymore or you don't. I think there's a natural tendency to always want our parents or our family on board. But if this is a relationship that you really believe in, and this person is kind and loving and supportive to you, I think perhaps you may have to just surrender the idea of approval from some people around you. They may be talking to each other quite a bit about this, and then they sort of feel strong, and then they approach you. You know, I know this one is on board with me, and so is that one, so now I have the nerve to come to you and be like, listen, this isn't right. Or maybe they're trying to talk you out of things. Interesting that the World and the Wheel of Fortune are here, and I think, and this happened with Gemini as well, I think what people are doing is they are really focused on their dreams and goals for you when you were a child. They had a vision of how you should have been turning out, or how you would turn out, and they are really, really hooked on that. Also, and this is not very nice, but I have to tell you what is here. I'm not that kind of channel that can sugarcoat things. For some of you, they feel as if their investment in you as a parent was sort of like a trade-off for you to do what they envisioned for you. They feel like you were an investment, and it's very difficult for them to understand that you have made choices that don't fit into their narrative for you, and it's turning their world upside down because they feel that this decision that you are making will incur judgment from people around them, and they don't know how to handle that. They feel like it's a reflection on them. And, you know, guys, we're in a really funny space now where so many young people are letting go of those notions that a relationship has to look like something conventional, or these old notions about relationships. But you have to keep in mind there's still a lot of people on the earth that are they're old. I mean, or they're older, and this is what they were raised with, and they are really going to they just don't know anything else, and they really don't know how to interact with each other, because we're in a space now where these two periods of time are up against each other. And so it's historically, I think the 60s were kind of like that, you know. And so you have these two generations of thought overlapping, and it is nuts. So you have to keep in mind that I know it's difficult if people think their parents or their family, in particular, if they gave you a really nice upbringing, you're thinking, well, my God, I'm disappointing them. Excuse me. You have to understand that some people, even if they are related to you, it's very difficult for them to understand. For a lot of you, I see there's at least one person in your family or friend group who really supports you, and they are willing to walk to those places with you, share with you, embrace you, be loving with you, and celebrate your love. And I really think it would be in your best interest to share with that person maybe what you're feeling right now. Again, this is kind of a strange, this is what I'm seeing. They are thinking about the, guys, I don't know how else to say this. If you're in a relationship and you're in the LGBTQ community, I think some of the parents are unfortunately very focused on the intimate aspects of that. It's all they can think about. It's just they're replaying it in their mind. I think they have to understand that that is only a small part of any relationship. It's a significant part, but that there is a love and care here that you have found with this person. And again, you're serious about this person, they're serious about you, and that this is someone who really uplifts you and takes you to a really beautiful place. And so they need to really get their mind out of the gutter and really focus. You gotta refocus these people, guys. Refocus. Yeah, this is all they can think about. They're thinking about aspects of the relationship that are really not, I don't know how. And, you know, for some of you, you may have been in this place before where people that weren't as close to you, in other words, you've experienced judgment, maybe even some discrimination, and things like that. But this feels different because, number one, these are your family members, and number two, you're so excited about this person. And this is not, you feel something different about this relationship that you're in. This relationship feels significantly different. So you really, yeah, I think there are arguments, and it's leaving you torn. You know what, Leo? What can we do to help you? You may have to entertain the one notion that's difficult for you, and that is that you may just have to go and live your life, you know, on your own. Maybe you cannot change these people. You may have Now, I want to bring up some other possibilities to you guys, because I hate to see any relationship interfered with because of other people. You have to understand, Leo, that you never really know why someone is trying to push their agenda on you. Some people also have had feelings of maybe wanting to enter the gay community, and maybe they came from a time where they couldn't do that, and so, number one, they may be worried for you about the discrimination you may face, or they may feel envious. You have to keep that in mind. There's some shadow element here. You may have been the single friend who people were relying on for entertainment, stories. They were living vicariously through you. And if you were to get into a serious relationship, you may start making some choices about who you have on board and who you don't. And these people don't want to be left behind. They may have ventured into, again, this could be a biracial relationship. They may have had their heart broken at some point, and they just feel like they definitely see that happening for you. So you have to really understand that you never really know where someone's bias is coming from. The other thing that this tells me is that if there's enough push, if there's enough strain, it will definitely affect the relationship that you have, and I think we really don't want to see that for you. Leo, I would give up making a case to these people, at least for a little while, maybe until the spring. See if they come around on their own. But whatever this is, there's some kind of relationship, whether it be romantic, and the lovers tell me it's romantic. You may have already been through this, and the person may want to come back in, but they're concerned because they don't want to deal with the headache. But just bear that in mind. And Leo, if you have found something beautiful with someone, always pursue that. There isn't anything more beautiful than love. Whatever package it comes in, it really does not matter. I mean, these are just sort of containers for everyone anyway. So I would really give some thought to maintaining that love, which for you will be, what do you do when you're old and you're with this person? All of this won't matter anymore. So really give that some thought. And as always, Leo, thank you for stopping by.